Minnesota lawmakers are back to work this morning. They're weighing an option to throw a safety net out to one of Minnesota's largest hospitals.
Of course, we've told you that HCMC needs a lifeline. Leaders warned the hospital could be at risk of closing without any help. So a bill aimed at stabilizing its future that is on the table in a committee at our state capitol this morning. Our Barrett Leone joins us from St. Paul breaking down these details. Barrett, good morning.
Good morning, AJ, Heather. This is a story we've been following for quite some time. HCMC leaders are lobbying state legislators for a permanent 1% sales tax increase for Hennepin County to help close a gap on a crippling budget deficit. And this morning in a Senate tax committee, lawmakers will hear from patients and staff, hear their plea on saving the hospital. Now, this bill is getting seen in committee today, and it would allow Hennepin County to increase that tax to 1% with the new revenue helping fund healthcare facilities, including HCMC. We spoke with the hospital's newest CEO, Dr. John Cumming. Dr. Cumming says he will let the lawmakers figure out the funding as he focuses on staff and patients. He says his biggest hope is that there will be bipartisan support to pass a bill.
At least we lose the hearts of our number one resource. We're in real trouble. You know, I'll let the legislature play out, etc. But if I lose, you know, the real compelling reason why people are here, we lose that in their heart, then we're in trouble, in my mind. Yeah. And I'm not going to allow that to happen.
Now, there is a companion bill moving through the House as well. Now, this bill will be seen in committee at 8:15 this morning. And of course, as this all plays out, stay close to WCCO for continuing coverage on the hospital's future.
Like we said, we know there's a problem here. The question is, how do they address it? How do they fix it?
Barrett, thank you. Now let's take you to the very latest from the live desk. That's where Maria Lisignoli is following the war with Iran. Maria?
That's right. Once again, President Trump is signaling the war could soon be over. The president has recently suggested another round of direct negotiations could be starting within a matter of days. Meanwhile, Vice President J.D. Vance spoke at an event for Turning Point USA Tuesday, following his weekend of negotiations with Iran in Pakistan.
The reason why the deal is not yet done is because the president, he really wants a deal where Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon, Iran is not state-sponsoring terrorism, but also the people of
A U.S. official tells CBS News American negotiators asked Iran to stop enriching uranium for 20 years, along with, quote, all kinds of other restrictions. But Iran refused, instead reportedly offering a 5-year moratorium.
Well, we shall see what happens today and the week ahead. Maria, thank you.
I had the hand of God on me because, you know, I lost 6 of my battle buddies.
So that is Sergeant Corey Hicks. He's a Minnesotan, describing the first night of the war with Iran when a drone hit his base in Kuwait. And one of those battle buddies that was lost, that was Master Sergeant Nicole Amer of White Bear Lake. Sergeant Hicks, he was badly hurt, but he did survive.
He's from Princeton. He's now out of the intensive care unit and now in recovery at Walter Reed Hospital. In the 7 weeks since the war started, 399 U.S. service members have been hurt. Sergeant Hicks says he believes he is a walking miracle. His injuries were severe: shrapnel to his face, a lacerated kidney, severe spleen, and a traumatic brain injury. But he says the emotional toll of losing his battle buddies is a daily challenge as well.
The invisible wounds are hard to heal. A lot of them were further away from the blast than I was, you know, so when you go through something like that, you deal with a lot of guilt.
He says that night he prayed to see his kids again. It was a prayer that was answered. His 2 children, almost 3 and 6 years old, have visited him often. Hicks's wife, Shannon, she also serves in the military. Now, recovery could take months, so friends and family are raising money online to help Sergeant Hicks and his family.
New this morning, a teenager in the hospital. This is after a crash on an electric scooter. It took place last night. 16-year-old boy riding a Lime scooter in downtown when he crashed into a car. According to Minneapolis police, taken to the hospital for a hand injury. You see where that crash happened, a very, very busy area near 7th and Hennepin in downtown Minneapolis. Also new this morning, the Wayzata School Board District passed 3 funding requests on their 2026 referendum vote. This was last night. That includes renewing the existing $6.5 million per year technology levy that was set to expire approving $465 million in bond funding for new and improved learning spaces and a new elementary school, a new middle school, and an addition to the high school, along with improvements on existing buildings. And finally, they approved $31 million in bond funding for a new 8-lane swimming pool that'll be at Wayzata High School.
Happening today, it is back to school for Spring Lake Park students. This is following 2 unexpected days off. All of this starting back on Sunday when the district says that a hacker got into the school systems and demanded a ransom. Well, school leaders canceled classes on Monday and Tuesday while they work to solve this cyber attack. According to the district, there aren't any signs that the hacker has anyone's personal information.
6:08 is your time, and now to some tense moments between your lawmakers after one of them used the word illegals to describe people who are not U.S. citizens. Listen for yourself.
How many illegals are on Medicaid? Do you know?
And Glenn, Senator Grenade, please, can we, when we dehumanize, well, it's not the
Stop.
dehumanizing.
I was shot 9 times because I was dehumanized. I was shot 9 times because we allowed somebody to dehumanize human beings. I almost died twice, Glenn.
Yeah.
So I ask you once, please do not say illegal in this committee because it dehumanizes an individual.
That is Democratic Senator John Hoffman, who called out his Republican colleague during a committee hearing Monday. He was referring to last summer's politically motivated attack. A man impersonating a police officer shot Hoffman and his wife. That gunman is also accused of killing former House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband. And Governor Tim Walz signed a bill to honor Melissa Hortman and her work in clean energy.
I'm incredibly grateful to the House and Senate for honoring our colleague and our friend in such a meaningful program that was very, very special to her.
The governor signed the Melissa Hortman Solar Garden program into law yesterday. The late House Speaker launched the plan promoting clean energy. It helps residents and businesses benefit from solar energy without having to install their own panels.
So at the Capitol, both Democrats and Republicans were looking for ways to save Minnesotans some money. So Republicans proposing a massive tax cut up to $4 billion. This would be in one-time refunds to property taxpayers depending on their income, could reach up to $2,500. Democrats, though, argue this move would just benefit wealthy Minnesotans. Meanwhile, the governor's budget, which doesn't directly address property tax relief, but focuses on affordability by cutting the state sales tax by 0.07%. The budget would expand the sales tax to include services provided to financial planners, lawyers, and others. Governor's budget would also increase the dependent child care tax for families. This would go up to a maximum of $2,100 per child. Their eligibility would be expanded to families with 2 kids earning up to $124,000. Time is running out for either of these proposals to be passed. Legislative session, this ends May 18th, and a compromise in such an evenly divided legislature is now unlikely.